Hey guys, how you doing today? You all good?
Good. I'm good.
You good?
Thumbs up.
Fantastic, that's what we like to hear. Alright, so today in class, what we're going to be talking about is stories and some of our favourite stories and what actually goes into a story, makes a story. So to start off, I just want to ask you guys, what are some of your favourite stories? Bianca?
My favourite story was The Tortoise and the Hare.
Good, yeah, fantastic. Alright, that's great. And Noah?
Mine was The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
Great stories, guys. Yeah, really good. Fantastic. So today, we're actually going to be talking about those stories in class. So the way we're going to do this, we're going to talk about the story and, like I was saying earlier, what actually goes into a story. The way we're going to do this today is by looking through story maps. Have you guys heard of story maps before?
No.
No? Fantastic. So I'll just explain what it is quickly here. Here's a little rough diagram of it. So a story map is just a visual template, pretty much, discussing what actually goes into a story and breaking down key aspects of stories as a whole. So at the top here, we have a title. So we write that down. We write down the characters, the setting of the story, and then we discuss the plot, and we break it down into the beginning, middle, and ending, as well as some stories, like both of your stories, so The Tortoise and the Hare, as well as The Boy Who Cried Wolf, have a hidden meaning in it. So when we're looking at it today. So, Bianca, you said that your favourite story was The Tortoise and the Hare?
Yes.
Do you mind just giving us a quick rundown of that?
Okay, so we're going to do beginning, middle, end.
Yeah.
Okay, so in the beginning, you've got the tortoise who's being arrogant around... No, the hare being arrogant around the tortoise, saying that it's faster than the tortoise.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you've got the middle, which is when the hare challenges the tortoise to the race.
Yeah.
And then the ending is when the hare's racing the tortoise and the tortoise ends up beating the hare because the hare decides to take a nap because he thought he was going to win the race.
Yeah, no, fantastic. Alright, so are we going over here now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to break that down. So obviously, the title of the story is...
The Tortoise and the Hare.
Tortoise and Hare. Alright, so the characters in The Tortoise and the Hare.
The Tortoise and the Hare.
Fantastic, yeah, easy, cool. So, Tortoise and Hare. Just breaking that down. The setting, you actually didn't discuss the setting of the story, but where was the story actually set?
So it was based in a forest and around the race.
Yeah, so the racetrack in a forest. Fantastic, that's really cool. So, forest and race track. Alright, so like we said, the beginning of the story, so
Yep.
the hare challenged the tortoise to a race.
Yep, and was gloating about how quick he was.
Yeah.
Compared to the tortoise.
Fantastic, yeah. In the middle of the story, what happens? So,
that's like the beginning of the race.
yeah, okay, so the race begins.
Yeah. And the hare decides to take the nap.
Yeah. So hare takes a nap.
Yeah. And then in the end, because the hare is still napping, the tortoise ends up overtaking him and winning the race.
Okay, yeah, so tortoise wins.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Alright, now we haven't discussed this as well yet, but so do you guys know what a moral is in a story?
No.
So a moral tends to be like a hidden meaning within the story. So it doesn't directly say like a actual universal message. However, it's implied within the story. So do you guys reckon you could break down what the moral of the story was in The Tortoise and the Hare?
Mm-hmm. So it would be that hard work pays off.
Yeah, no, it's a good one. Because obviously the tortoise didn't stop with the race, kept on winning, even after being challenged. No, really fantastic. Yeah, so I wrote that down. So hard work pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Alright, so what was the other story we mentioned earlier?
The Boy Who Cried Wolf.
The Boy Who Cried Wolf. Alright, fantastic. So, similar to what Bianca did over there, do you mind just giving us a quick rundown of what actually went down in The Boy Who Cried Wolf?
Yeah, so there is a family of sheep farmers and they have a young son, and he constantly cries out to alert the town and his family that there is a wolf that is trying to get the sheep, and there's actually not. And they say to him, if you keep crying out and like joking, then people aren't going to believe you. And he just finds it so funny that he keeps doing it. And then one day there actually is a wolf, and he cries out to the town and his family that there's a wolf and no one believes him, and the wolf eats all the sheep, and yeah, so.
Fantastic, really good job there, alright? So now we're going to try and break down that story through a story map as well, so similar to what we just did earlier. So I'm going to ask you for the title of the story, which is
Boy Cried Wolf.
Boy Cried Wolf. Fantastic. Right. Alright. Now I'm going to ask you about the characters in that story.
There's the boy,
So boy,
the town members,
town, yep,
the family,
fam, yes, family,
the wolf,
and the wolf. Yeah, cool.
and maybe the sheep, I guess.
I guess it. Not a bit. Yeah, sorry. We'll write that down. Cool. And sheep. So the setting of the story is where now?
On a farm.
On a farm. Fantastic. Yeah. All the town people come to the farm to help out. So it's all set on a farm. Really easy. Alright, so now we're going to break down the plot of the story. So we're doing this. So what happens at the beginning of the story?
The boy cries out to the town that there's a wolf at the farm.
Yep. Boy cries wolf. Fantastic. Alright. In the middle of the story, what happens there?
The town and his family lecture the boy on why he shouldn't joke around with such serious matters.
Yeah, okay. So boy is told off.
Yeah.
And you think he'd learn his lesson, but does he?
No, he doesn't learn his lesson.
He keeps doing it. And then what happened at the end of the story?
He basically what his family tells him happens, and no one believes him when an actual wolf comes and
all the
sheep
sheep
type.
so wolf eats all the sheep. Fantastic, guys. Alright, so now the moral of the story, do you reckon you can break that one down now for us, or
maybe it's not to lie.
not to lie? Fantastic, really good job. Because if he didn't lie the whole time, then everyone would have been like, okay, he's cried wolf, there's an actual wolf, and then all the sheep would have been okay.
Yeah.
So don't lie. Really good job, guys. Alright, fantastic. So next what we're doing, obviously I've put the two charts together, so same charts, just different stories in them. I want you guys to be able to see if you could compare these two stories through the charts and see if there's any big similarities or differences between the two.
Okay.
Just put your hand up when you got something to say. Yeah, no.
They both have morals, underlying messages in them. But
Yeah, fantastic. So, like with a lot of children's stories, and that's why we help this out, because this actually makes us reflect on the fact that it's not just a story for fun. You know, there's a lot of universal meaning within stories. So, using this map, we're able to see that, like breaking down, actually, we're doing some reflective thinking about what goes into a story, and if there are hidden messages, which there were in both the stories today. Fantastic. Anything else?
So they both have a solid beginning, middle, and end, so it's blocked out easily.
Yes. No. Yeah, fantastic. That's the thing, because always stories, they always got to start somewhere and always have to finish somewhere. Another important detail about that is during the start of the story, they clearly identify all the characters and the setting. Like they'd like to do that early. Do you know why they'll do that? No. Just sets out the story and just makes it very clear for everyone what's going on, where they are, and what's happening. Does that make sense? Yeah? All good? Alright, fantastic. So now I'm going to set you up for an activity. What you guys are going to be doing today is breaking off into groups of 4, where I'm going to give you a template very similar to this, and pretty much you're going to be doing the same thing. You'll be reading out, rather than these 2 stories, the 3 little pigs. And when you're reading the story together, what I want you guys to do is really try and focus and break down on. Obviously, we know the title, but what are the characters in the story? Where is it set? If there is a beginning, middle, ending, and if so, what happens in that? As well as if the story has an overall moral or a lesson within it. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Alright, fantastic. You guys can break off.
Beautiful.